Good morning and welcome to another exciting moment to talk about business. It is Business 360 and my name is Blyden Okem. In Business 360 today, we'll look at the key features in the world of business. We'll also look at the stock market and the identities within this market, the commodity markets and the forex market, as the euro suffers a struggle this morning. Also, the Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan have held talks on Ukrainian grain exports at the Russian Black Sea resort of Sochi. Monday's meeting came nearly 2 months after Russia quit a UN and Turkey brokered agreements that allowed Ukraine to export grain and other commodities from 3 of its Black Sea ports during the war with Russia. Erdogan said after talks that it would soon be possible to revive the deal. Still in the foreign scene. The maker of weight loss drug, Wegovy, has become Europe's most valuable firm, dethroning the French luxury conglomerate LVMH. Shares rose after the Danish pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk launched the popular drug in the UK. At the close of trading on Monday, the firm had a stock market valuation of $428 billion. In the U.S., Biden touts union job creation on Labor Day in Philadelphia. President Joe Biden rallied with unions in Philadelphia on Labor Day. He spoke about the importance of unions and jobs, in quotes, jobs you can raise a family on. Let's hear from the president.
Jobs. Folks, in this Labor Day, let me tell you what we're celebrating. We're celebrating jobs, good paying jobs, jobs you can raise a family on, union jobs. When the last guy was here, you were shipping jobs to China. Now we're bringing jobs home from China. When the last guy was here, your pensions were at risk. We helped save millions of pensions with your help. When the last guy was here, he looked at the world from Park Avenue. I look at it from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I look at it from Claymont, Delaware. Look at it from Claymont, Delaware.
The visit is the president's 7th to the city just this year. In Nigeria, Nigeria exported goods worth £3.3 billion to the UK between June 2022 and June 2023. According to reports, Johnny Bartex, the British Deputy High Commissioner, provided statistics when discussing the volume of commerce between the two nations. Nigeria's export worth has increased by £1.4 billion since last year's record. The Developing Countries Trading Scheme, DCTs, has strengthened economic ties, making Nigerian exports more affordable in the UK market. Nigerian businesses are to explore contracts, investments, and creative industry opportunities in April 2024. Still looking at businesses around the country, Nigerian shareholders in PZ Cussons Nigeria have been offered a buyout offer by British manufacturer PZ Cussons Group to take full control of the local company. The international company is willing to buy the shares owned by the Nigerian shareholders at 21 naira per share, subject to shareholders' approval at a Federal High Court ordered meeting and regulatory consents. The UK healthcare manufacturer said The complete takeover of PZ Cussons Nigeria will strengthen operations in the West African country. Now to G20 summit. Member groups of Organized Private Sector OPS of Nigeria have told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to seize the occasion of the G20 summit holding in India to woo foreign investors to the country. This came as leaders from the group of 20 G20 economies meet in India's capital this week to find solutions to some of the world's pressing problems. According to the Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Segun Ajayi-Kade, it was more important for the president to address the harsh business environment in the country before looking to woo investors at the G20 summit. Looking at the National Bureau of Statistics report. In the second quarter of 2023, Nigeria's value-added tax VAT collection maintained that upward trend, surging to a grand total of 781.35 billion naira, according to recent data released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). It is 10.11% growth from the previous quarter. Extraterritorial organizations and real estate saw the highest growth rates, while agriculture and household-related activities declined. Manufacturing at 29.64%, information and communication 21.19%, and financial activities 11.18% were the top sectors contributing to VAT collections in the country. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll be looking at economic statistics and economic data all around the world, inflation in South Korea, and other standings around the world. Don't go anywhere.
A record number of young people in China graduated from college this year. But instead of celebrating, some are marking the milestone on social media by lying down flat on the ground in their graduation gowns, looking dejected and exhausted. After studying for years, they're frustrated with the struggle to find decent work as China's youth unemployment rate hits historic highs. So for some, the better option for now is to stay at home as so-called full-time children.
If you have a lot of idle young people who are not employed, it adds pressure on social stability, which is what the government really is concerned about.
Here's why millions of Chinese graduates are out of work. The term full-time children has gone viral on Chinese social media. Videos show young people spending time with their parents, cooking and cleaning in exchange for a salary.
They are choosing to stay at home full-time. They are counting on their parents to continue support them financially. This is what many people are referring to as the lying flat phenomenon in China.
Lying flat essentially means to resist the intense social pressure to study hard and work even harder. A record 11.6 million young Chinese graduated from college this year, almost 12 times more than 20 years ago.
Students, they have much higher expectation for their job income, their job stability, and what they can derive by doing work.
But the graduates soon found they're competing with thousands of others for only a handful of jobs that match their skills and expectations. Urban youth unemployment hit a record 21.3% in June. Joblessness in China increased dramatically in recent years, while other countries, such as the US, saw a spike in youth unemployment during the pandemic that rapidly fell as restrictions were eased. China maintained COVID controls for longer than most countries, keeping its borders closed from 2020 to early 2023. Major cities went through extended lockdowns that disrupted production. As the economy slowed, so too did hiring. China's youth unemployment rate rose for 6 consecutive months this year. Then, in August, the government abruptly announced that it would stop reporting that data, citing plans to revisit the methodology. Analysts say the suspension fits a worrying pattern of haziness around the true state of China's economy.
Back. It is Business 360 and my name is Blyden Ukem. Looking at economic statistics all around the world, beginning with South Korea's economy as inflation rate is at 4-month high. The annual inflation rate in South Korea accelerated for the first time in 7 months to 3.4% in August from July's 2-year low of 2.3%, above the market forecast of 2.7%, with adverse weather conditions amid a rise in global energy prices. It was the highest inflation rate since April, with food prices rising the most in 4 months in July, amid a softer fall in transport prices. Additionally, upward pressures came from cost of housing, clothing, footwear, furnishing, health, communication, recreation and culture, education, restaurants and hotels, and miscellaneous goods and services. The inflation rate is expected to fluctuate around 3% in the fourth quarter, and the Bank of Korea said in a statement. Would be a good time to move to the chart indicating South Korea's inflation rates. The chart this morning. According to statistics